All right, Shalom, Shalom, Yasharallah. I'm doing the meek servants lesson, a meek servants quick report on the go because I'm in traffic. I want to start off by saying I give all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Amashiach Barakatai, the Howdah for the Rakak Wadash, the Howdah for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, the Howdah for the men of David that's out in the highways doing this work in sincerity and truth, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Mashiach Barakatai, the Howdah for the house of King David, the third tabernacle that's being built, the third temple that's being built here in the daughter of Babylon, and where we've been scattered in the four corners of the four winds of the earth. Shalom to the Akim, the Yaiqua, the children of Yasharallah, Shalom. Well, what we have here, we have the beginning of civil war. Okay, and like I said, I'm on the go, so I can't go into depth. All right, so we're going to check out this clip. We have a divided house, and we understand a kingdom divided against itself can't stand. All right, giving all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach Barakatai. Let's get that in the book of Mark. We got a divided house, Yasharallah. So let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 3, right quick, in verse 26, I believe. Let's start at verse 25. Start at 24. Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom, and the United States is a kingdom, the great city is a kingdom, Esau, Edom, heaven, his society is a kingdom. USA is a kingdom, Yasharallah. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house, America is a house, be divided, Esau is a house, against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan, Atashatan, Satan, rise up against Satan, Salaka, against himself, because you got Esau going against Esau, and be divided, he cannot stand but at the end. So we at the end, right? We at the end, a divided house, civil war. You have what's going on at Texas border, federal Supreme Court, the highest court in the land of America, just passed a verdict that Texas must remove their razor wires, their razor fence, so that these illegals, these immigrants can come on in. Okay, so we're going to check out this clip, and then we're going to bring out some more precept, and we're going to close out, Yasharallah. Okay, so let's check out this clip.
Of violating the law. Now, we have videos. Let me see if I can pull up one of these videos here. There's the letter. Here we go. Take a look at this from Chuck Calesto. The Texas National Guard filmed marching where I believe this is near Eagle Pass. It just says Texas National Guard, and there have been many responses to this. In fact, I believe we have the Governor Kevin Stitt of Oklahoma saying, Oklahoma stands with Texas. Ron DeSantis, of course, said, if the Constitution really made states powerless to defend themselves against an invasion, it wouldn't have been ratified in the first place, and Texas would have never joined.
So America is also being invaded as well. Okay, America is also being invaded. Let's get the book of Jeremiah, I believe. Just flowing through a crocodile. This is not playing. The Most High saying Jeremiah 5:50 and 26, come against her, and the her is America, USA, from the utmost border. You see, open her storehouse. Salaki, well, that's not the one I want. One moment. There you go, right here. Jeremiah 50 and 24, I have laid a snare for thee. So Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the great king that's on the throne, He have laid what? A snare for America, a snare and a trap for these Edomites, for this kingdom. Okay? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. And thou wast not aware. You see, America is being invaded. She was not aware. Her citizens of USA is not aware of this snare and this trap. This is all done within the inside. Okay? To suspend the Constitution. Because of you have a civil war, sedition among men, civil unrest. Well, they're going to declare what? Martial law. All right? So this is what we approaching. We here, we at the bricks. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. You see, America's being taken. That's that invasion at the border. O Babylon, O America, and thou wast not aware. You see, America was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Elohim, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Okay, so let's go back to that clip.
Themselves against an invasion, it wouldn't have been ratified in the first place, and Texas would have never joined the Union when it did. Texas is upholding the law while Biden is flouting it. Florida will keep assisting Texas with personnel and assets. So this is going to get interesting. Where are we currently at? 3 states, Florida, Oklahoma, and Texas, are aligned. Texas is declaring supremacy over the border jurisdiction. The question then that we've been asking for the past several days, will the federal government actually make moves against the Texas National Guard?
I don't think so. Showing that Oklahoma and Florida are willing to stand by the Texas National Guard and the Texas government is fulfilling, and it's also indicative that like any state that sits by and watches their federal government seize control of their own state troops has got to be like, hell no. We can't let the federal government go rogue. Rogue is a nice term. Can't let the federal government overstep its bounds and seize our own state soldiers. Like those guys pledge an oath to the state to defend and preserve the state. They're not the federal government's troops.
I'm not sure if the Guard does that or not. I don't know how.
Constitution, most likely. But the federal government's rogue. Completely.
Yeah.
The Biden administration is a rogue agency at this point. This is a fact. When the Biden administration is breaking the law to the extent that Democrats are upset about it, despite the fact they'll defend him for re-election because these people are insane. But when you have major cities, there is a plurality of those polled saying immigration is the most pressing issue.
Yeah.
And people in these cities that are Democrat left-leaning are freaking out.
So with this going on at the border, Yasharallah, that's going to create sedition among men. Okay, what you see happening, you see in a divided kingdom, you see in another civil war with the Northerner and the Southerner, the federal government against the state. Okay, so that's going to create sedition among men. And this is all the will of Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? The Most High say in the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 15, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, you see? Because the sword represent weaponry. Okay, destruction. And the Most High said, nah, it's drawing near, it's drawing nigh. And we hearing about it in this clip. Where America, these states, and their federal government is being divided. They are not on one accord. Okay, you have Texas and these states like Oklahoma is defending their state from these illegals coming across their border. You got men from everywhere in the world and other countries is coming through the Mexican borders. Okay, that's what's going on. I want to do a follow-up on this and put more meat in the lesson. But, you know, I watched another brother do a lesson on this, and it was real edification. You know, you got the men of David doing this work in sincerity and truth. And we warning Yasharallah about what's befalling America. So at this point, if you're not seeing what's going on as an Israelite, it's too late for you. as an Israelite, if you're not measuring the time diligently in itself, it's too late for you, Yasharallah. Okay, the Most High words, it's not returning unto him void. Okay, for the time is at hand, right? For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. You see? Okay? They shall not regard their kings. You see? They're not going to regard their Supreme Court. They're not going to regard their rulers. They're not going to regard the President of the United States of America. They're not going to regard their governors and their mayors. See? This is the time that we are walking into. And you can hear in these clips, if you're watching the news, if you're checking out what's going on, Yasharallah, if you're measuring dollar time diligent itself, then you should be aware, and you're watching these lessons, you're watching these videos, you're seeing the prophecy of Abba Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, because this is the will of Abba Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is all found in the Bible, the 1611 King James Version. So everything is being fulfilled. Thus said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, is being fulfilled. And we loving it. And we loving it. We love it. It's happening. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions, you see, their action shall stand in their power, in their might, in their hand. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. And you see, that's what's going on in Texas. These cities in San Antonio, these cities along the borders in these states, these certain states at the Mexico borders. Okay, that's what's going on. Israel does say Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You seeing an invasion. You seeing an insurrection. And this is just the beginning of sorrows. This is just the beginning of sorrows, Yasharallah. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world. See? We starting to come into that great tribulation, Yasharallah. And that's going into Jacob's trouble. Because all this is going to open up Jacob's trouble. With a failing dollar, you got a dollar that's finna collapse. We going cashless. Okay, going toward the Karaks, the mark of the beast, the digital CHIP, in your hand or in your forehead, the buying and the selling, unless you have the digital mark, you see, the digital display. All hell finna break loose. And we watching it, we seeing it. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the world to this time no ever shall be. We just walking into it. It just starting. This is the beginning stages, Yasharallah. Beginning stages, right? Let's check out some more of that clip. And we're going to close out, Yasharallah.
Left-leaning are freaking out. This is the unifying force. I mean, perhaps we're getting... Joe Biden's pulling off an Ozymandias, for those who get the reference. He is deciding to become the supervillain that will unify blue and red states against him. Maybe.
See, and there's no more wisdom in Teman. That's why you see this happen. These Edomites, Joe Biden, they have no more wisdom. All this is going to bring their demise. They so intrigued with bringing this NWO, this reset button, and this is going to be the demise of them. See? That's what's going on, Israel. The Most High say, Jeremiah 49:7, concerning Edom. You see Joe Biden in them. Thus said the Elohim Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? The Most High says there is no more wisdom in Teman. Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? You see? The Most High say, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. This is what's, all this is bringing the calamity of Esau upon him. This is all this is doing. You see? The time that I will visit, because the Most High is visiting the world which he had made, you see? The Most High is visiting the world which he had made. See? He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee, the civil war that's coming. Civil war, Yasharala. You better believe it. You better believe it. I want to do a follow-up on this lesson through the spirit of a Kakwadash, if it's Yahweh Bashmi Abishai will. Okay? This is more of a little introduction. Then shall I understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, you see? And that's why you seeing all hell break loose, Yasharala. So I hope this meek service on the go was edification and exaltation. Shalom.